Okay guys, I'm working on a 94 Toyota 4Runner, and this vehicle was given to me, and I started it up this morning, and for the very first time I turned the heat on and turned the fan to high, and I could tell immediately I had a mouse nest up in the squirrel cage of the fan. So what I did was I took the fan motor and the heater box is behind the glove box. So I opened up the glove box, and there is a screw in each top corner and a bolt down here in the bottom right corner and a screw over here, and then this whole assembly comes out. And I know the lighting's bad, so forgive me on that. And then there's one wire at the top you take out, and then there's another wire connector right here. Squeeze it, and that comes out, and then your whole glove box, you just remove it out of the way. Okay. Now let's just, so the blower motor is inside this housing, and I'm hoping I don't have to take this whole box off, that I can drop the motor out somehow. Let's look inside. I'm going to look inside this intake here. I can already see that squirrel cage is just full of mouse nest. So I'm going to try to get a picture of that. So bear with me here. Can you see all that mouse nest in there? Oh, there we go. Look at that. You can see the center hub of the squirrel cage, and then all around it, look at that mouse nest. So consequently, when you turn the blower motor on, not only does it just stink and throw crap around, it's way out of balance and it starts vibrating. That's the very first thing I noticed, is that it was vibrating really bad. Okay, below the fan motor there's a cover, and I'm going to take the bolts off of it, and then there's a rod down here that works a door. I'll pop that off, and then I'm going to take the 4 bolts off of this cover here, and I'll get back with you, and we'll drop this out and see what's under there. Okay guys, there was just 3 Phillips head screws holding this cover on here, and some wire loom attachments with black tape, so you'll have to cut those. There's some on the side over here and one on the back, and just slice it off with a knife, and then this cover comes off. All right. Well, I'll get you a little closer here. There's the bottom of the blower motor, and it looks like there's some bolts holding it on there. There's one. I can't see the others, but I'm sure there's some. Man, it'd be great if that dropped out of there. So I'll get back with you once I figure it out, so you don't have to watch me scratch my head. Okay guys, first thing I saw I needed to do was take the blower motor connector off, and it's got a little clip on the back. You can pull it off. You have to kind of, can't get my light good in here, hardly any room to work. So there's your motor connector. You have to squeeze this tab in here to unlock it. Okay, then I see your speed resistor up here. And so we'll take that connector off there. And that was pretty easy. And then I can get all this wiring out of the way. Just tuck it around where you can get it out of the way best you can. Okay, so here's something for you guys. A lot of vehicles have it's a resistor pack for the different speeds, and I know that's what that is. So and it's cooled by the fan, and so when you have it on low, of course it goes through a higher resistor, medium, a little lesser resistor, and then I believe on high there's no resistor. But if you've got a heater motor that blows just on high and you don't have low or medium, and especially if it's an older car, it'll be your resistor. So now it's looking like it's got like a straight blade screwdriver or a T25 Torx bit, and I'm going to take those 3 screws out, and I hope that drops out of there. So I'll get back with you. Okay guys, I was right. There's 3 screws that hold this blower motor in. It looks like it's going to fall out. I'm on my last screw. So I hope it don't hang up on anything. It comes out of there. All right. Man, that sucker's clogged, ain't it? I'd have to say that's like 98% packed. So we'll get to cleaning that out, and then I'll have to vac all this business out and try to back flush these all my dash vents and stuff. I think I'll put the shop vac on in reverse, and so I can get a large volume of air through here and back blow it all, and hopefully a lot of crap will come out down here, and I'll get to vacuuming this out. All right, back to you. Okay, we're ready to go. So we're ready to suck out some mouse nest material. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'll spray a little brake clean on that just to clean it up, get any mouse urine residue out of there so it don't stink later. Okay, here we go. We'll just let that air dry and get back to back flushing the dash vents out. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to back blow the dash vents out and hopefully a lot of crap will come out of here that's up in the vents, because you know the mice get up in those vents and defecate and urinate and try to build nests up in there too. So hopefully we can blow some stuff out. So I thought if I do, you'll be able to see it. If not, we're good. Here we go. So hand tighten all your screws first before you tighten any up with a wrench. Okay, I've got the third one in with my fingers. Time to tighten it up. I'll get back with you when I tighten it all up. Okay guys, I got the blower motor in. Got to hook back in the wiring. There we go. Got a little place here where the wire goes up in. And then we got the cover. Let's see. There we go. Then we get this alright. Now this cover's got some screws to hold it on. It is so difficult to videotape down here in this small area. Okay. Alrighty, I'll get the rest in. Then I'll get back with you. Okay, actually there's just one more. So 2 screws total holding that little cover on. Then we're going to get our blower motor resistor wire. Plug that in back up here. Then we'll drape this wire back. This wire is just tucked underneath here. Originally it was taped to these tabs, but I'm not going to tape them back. I'm just going to tuck the wire back up under there so it's secure. And so we've just got to put the dash of the glove box in and we'll be done. Okay, next we're going to bring up the glove box assembly and hook up the speaker wire and the glove box light switch. Put the assembly up in place. And there's a screw up here. Okay, there's a screw right in this corner. And there's a bolt down the bottom right. Let's see. Let me get you down a little closer to that one. $10mm bolt right here. And there's a Phillips screw right there. And there you have it. So I'm going to hook the battery back up and we'll check it to see how it sounds. Be back with you. Okay. Sounds good. No vibration. Blows. All right, thanks for watching.